Hey, what's up, people? How you doing? It's me, Amin. So yeah, a few people have asked me to take a look at this company called Richmond Berks. So I thought I'd take a closer look into it, and it's actually I found it really interesting. So I thought I'd just kind of cut a quick video to kind of tell you guys about it. Now, first of all, before I go any further, guys, some people might get mixed messages in this video, so I'm going to make it really clear from the outset. I would recommend that you do not invest in this program. Okay, I would recommend that you do not invest in this program, and I do not think that this is a legitimate company, legitimate program. Okay, so don't get any mixed messages from this video. Okay, that's my recommendation right from the outset. But moving forward, I've got to say that, it's a really nice looking website. When I first came through here, you immediately think, it's quite clean cut. I've seen a lot of kind of scammy programs before, and a lot of them try to kind of look good and kind of give you like a good impression or whatever it is. They've got like a kind of simplistic, clean cut, clinical kind of look to them most of the time. But yeah, I mean this is really nice. I mean they're running quite a smooth operation here, and even kind of from the psychological aspect of it as well. Like their story with Richmond Berks is basically that they are big time property investors. All right, they invest in commercial property, residential property. They invest in like factories. They invest in farms. They invest in big like agriculture projects and things like that. That's the story. Okay. And basically what they do is they invest and they give you the profit. All right. So that's what they're doing apparently, right? They don't care about anyone else. Like, they want to give you all the profit from them investing in the property and making millions and billions or whatever it is, right? So here we go. So basically what they're saying is you get a 1.5% profit daily from any deposits you make. Okay. Now, guys, this is compared to a lot of the other HYIP programs, high yield investment programs. This is actually really low compared to the other ones. I've seen, programs pay 5% a day. I've seen programs pay like 3% a day. I've seen programs pay 7% a day. I've seen programs pay 10, 20, 30, 40% a day. Even seen programs pay more than 100% a day, right? Believe it or not, there are crazy ones out there. So basically what I think about this one is what they're trying to do is they're trying to kind of make it believable. All right, they're trying to make it believable, and um, there have been programs in the past like this, similar to this, where they pay a lower percentage a day, and what that does is it kind of gives the public the feeling that it's more credible and it's more believable and it's more likely to be a legitimate company. And the story they're telling is more likely to be true. I've seen a few programs in the past. I think one was called Coins, another one was called Hash Ocean. They were kind of pretending to be Bitcoin mining programs, and yeah, it's quite funny because they were paying like low percentages a day as well. Not as low as this, I believe, but it's still fairly low a day for a hype. And yeah, they were just pretending to be Bitcoin mining programs, and even a lot of marketers and stuff like that started promoting it like quite heavily. But yeah, they were nothing but hypes basically. They were just hype programs, right? So this is what this is basically. But instead of pretending to be a Bitcoin mining program, what they're saying here is their story is that they're investing in property and giving you the profit. So let's take a quick look through the site. This is the main menu bar here. They've got the different sections here. Invest. They've got the affiliate program. Now the affiliate program, I'm not gonna go into it, but basically, it's 10% on the first level and 5% on the second level. So they're paying 15% on all levels. News section. I mean, this is all really familiar to me, guys. I know a hype when I see one. This is a hype. Trust me on that one, guys. Okay. All right, so you scroll down the front page. Basically they've just got these little kind of little stickers, standard stickers, and they say many years of experience. I mean, they've got like claims, but they've got nothing to back it up. Professionalism, financial assistant, whatever that means. Reliability, I mean, these are just claims, right? Reliability. I mean, really, that all that stuff, the proof is in the pudding, right? And it's like there's a call to action here. Start right now. I think they've got a $10 bonus thing. If you sign up like and put in over 100, I don't know exactly how it works, but probably if you put in over a certain amount of money, then they'll give you a $10 bonus. It's just kind of like a little carrot, to be honest with you. Um, all right, and then this is like an example of like one of the investments they've made. They made $1.35 million profit on this little real estate project. Apparently, I don't believe it for a second. This is all a lie to me, basically. Yeah. So I don't. Just to be clear to you guys, because if any of you guys are getting mixed messages, I don't believe this story for a second. I think it's all a lie. Our company has already been working in real estate market for 8 years. Okay, well, we'll come to that in a second, all right? So they're saying Berkshire, sorry, not Berkshire. See, basically, look, I was just about to say Berkshire Hathaway. Berkshire Hathaway. Now, Berkshire Hathaway is a really, really well-known name in the investment industry, right? I think it's Warren Buffett's company, right? Warren Buffett is like the second richest, or maybe I don't know, like probably the second richest man in the world. He's well known for being like the number one investor in the world, right? And his company Berkshire Hathaway, you know, invests right in all sorts of stuff, right? Stocks, shares, bonds, whatever, right? So basically, they've kind of made a play on words here, like Richmond Berks. It kind of sounds like it flows off the tongue like Berkshire Hathaway. So it's a really kind of, they've really thought about what they're doing here. They've really thought about it. They've really thought about the psychological process and, to tap into people's, right? And I'm trying to break you guys so you guys understand the psychological manipulation that's going on here, okay? So that's what's going on, Anyway, so they're saying Richmond Berks has been in the real estate, auction industry for like 8 years. Innovative technology, our clients get profit in proportion with their investments, okay? And then this guy down here, let's scroll down here. Get rich at real estate market is very easy. Guys, let me just repeat that again. You probably can't see it here. Getting rich at real estate market is very easy. Does that make any like grammatical sense to you guys? For those of you in America and in the UK or even wherever, but if you know English very well, I mean that's not a correct sentence right there. I mean, if these guys are like a multi-million, hundreds of million pounds or dollars they invest like every month, surely they would get like one of their main kind of taglines correct, right? I mean, it's there, right? It's there for everyone to read. I mean, getting rich at real estate market is very easy. That sounds like someone like 5 years old wrote that in Russia, most likely, right? So anyway, so that's I just thought I'd highlight that. Richmond Berks Limited. Richmond Berks Limited in numbers, right? So that's kind of telling me it's probably a UK-based company, supposedly. It's not, because I've checked already, it's not a UK company. It's just kind of all kind of, bullcrap, as they say. Anyway, up here you can see the languages. They've got, it's all in different languages for people to, so people can invest all around the world or whatever, or basically people can gamble all around the world. And they say here, look, in 2008, two businessmen from Colorado started their work in the real estate market. 2009, the company hires the first specialist in its staff. 2011, John Richmond and Clint Berks earned their first $1 million in net profit. 2016, they create a company named Richmond Berks. All right, okay, that's a complete lie. This whole thing is a complete lie. Okay, You can kind of just Google those names and, you know, nothing will come up. Look, I'll do it for you now. Okay, look, let's have a look. What's the first name? Richmond, John Richmond, okay? All right. Let's type in John Richmond. You can see I've already searched it, okay? All right, John Richmond, here we go, okay? This guy here, John Richmond, he's actually a fashion designer. I've seen it already. It's actually some sort of fashion designer, right? Let's look for John Richmond. Yeah, okay, so this guy here, I think is this guy here. He's the fashion designer, okay? All right, is there anything to do with property investment here? No, online shoes, you know, shop online shoes, okay? No. Fashion designer, okay? No. I mean, there's no, look, if this guy was like a multi, you know, £1,000,000 or £1,000,000,000 investor, probably, then there would be like, you know, a lot of information on this guy. There's absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. And like I said, I haven't searched for the other guy here. Let me just search, but I haven't searched for Clint Berks because I just didn't bother. But let's just quickly have a search for him. Clint Berks. All right. Haha. All right. So the first thing that comes up is Richmond Berks review. Okay. So this is just a blog basically. It's probably going to be someone getting you to sign up with their referral link. Okay. So this is a blog. That's a blog. I mean, come on, guys. If this guy Clint Berks was a multi-million-pound investor, like on a daily basis, you know, there'd be tons of stuff about him personally, right? He'd have a wiki page and he'd have all sorts of stuff. You'd probably have his picture, you know, you'd probably have his, you know, other kind of information on him. And while we're on Google, let's do a quick search on Richmond Berks because they're saying they've been in, you know, business for a while and, you know, they're a limited company, supposedly based in the UK. So let's just type in Richmond Berks. All right. Okay, so this is the main website here, Richmond Berks. Okay. This is Richmond Township. It's an actual place. Okay, that's okay. This is in Pennsylvania, America. Okay. Richmond Berks, that's the website again. It's the same basically. Everything is kind of, this is like a traffic, this is a blog again. It's a blog. This one here, webtrafficlounge.com, it's a blog again. The aim of this blog, more than likely 99% sure, is gonna review the company. It's gonna say, hey, it's a good opportunity to get in this, and they're gonna have their links on there for you to join them so they can get 10% commission or whatever it is, right? Marketing Extreme, this is the same blog that we just saw a minute ago. This is another blog. All right, so there you go. They're all blogs. All right, so there's nothing on the actual, you know, there's no apart from this website, there's no other kind of company information or anything like that. If you type in any sort of company, you know, any big company, there'll be tons of company information or company related information there. All right, apart from the actual website itself, it's all just a bunch of blogs, guys, that are trying to get you to sign up to their link. All right, so that's another kind of thing that's basically saying to me that this is all, you know, this is all a lie. This is all a lie, guys. All right. Now, look, I have to say at this point, guys, yeah, my recommendation is don't get involved in this. Do not, you know, they're paying a low percentage, so it's probably more likely to last longer than the normal hype. But if you're getting 1% a day, let me scroll back up here for a second. One sec. If you look, it says 1.5% profit here, yeah. But if you watch their video, it says 1%. Okay, so it's minimum of 1%, I think, yeah. But on average, it's 1.5%. But let's just say it's 1%. If you're getting 1% a day, now putting, you know, bearing in mind, you know, if you're not compounding or anything like that, you just put in like $10,000 or whatever it is, and you're getting 1% a day. Just to get your money back, you have to wait 100 days. You have to wait like 3.5 months almost, yeah. So just to get your own money back, all right, and That's a risky game in these programs. Trust me, it's a risky game in these programs. All right, to wait 100 days. Okay, in a hype, it's very, very, very risky because you don't know what their intention is. We already can see that they're lying. We don't know who the owners are. We can already see that they're lying through their teeth, right? And like we don't know who they are, right? So, I mean, you can play the risky game, but you know, really, guys, come on, like it's like you're just throwing money down the drain, and hoping that you're going to get it back, right? It does. That's not the way to do things. And there's a 101 reasons I can give you not to join a program like this. Oh my God! All right, okay, guys, these are some still doubting. These are testimonial videos. All right, testimonials. All right, so basically, guys, these if you watch these are so funny, right? Let me just play one here so you could kind of get an idea. Okay.
Hello. I'd like to say a couple of words about my work online. To be more exact, about Richmond Berks Company. Richmond Berks give many people a chance to earn money without leaving the house. Moreover, this income is enough to leave your permanent job. Client support service is always ready to help you and answer all the questions you have. Even after careful consideration, I cannot think of any flaws in this company that I could name. Nothing of the kind. You are welcome to join us, and thank you for your attention.
All right. Okay. Now, look, sorry guys, it didn't play properly because I'm recording and my computer's rubbish. Look, I've got one question for you. Do you think that was a genuine testimonial? Do you think that's genuine? Like, really think about it. Do you think that's genuine? If you think that's genuine, then maybe you should put money into this because you're obviously, you're not thinking straight, okay? Guys, these testimonials are bought and paid for. They're bought and paid for testimonials, all right? Look, this one again, look, I'm gonna quickly show you this one.
Everyone has at least once considered earning money online, and I have found a solution to that. My name is Alice, and I would like to recommend you Richmond Berks Company, which changed my life for the better. This company works with real estate, and I cannot think of a more risk-free way. The prospect of a single investment with life income for profit sounds very appealing. I get my money every day, and this is just great. Thanks, Richmond Berks, for such an opportunity.
All right, okay,
I invite you to become Richmond Berks client.
All right, okay, so that's enough there. Yeah, anyway, guys, look, like I said, that's just it's just ridiculous how like disingenuous that is, and how much of a I mean, it's so obvious. You can buy these testimonials for $5 from Fiverr. So if you go to a website called fiverr.com, there's hundreds of people that will do testimonials for you. Like if you've got like a program, or if you've got like an offer or something that you're selling, an affiliate program or anything like this, you can kind of go there, you pay someone a Fiverr, like $5, and they'll do a video for you like that, and you can put it on your website, right? I guarantee you, if you search this girl, you search this man, you search them, you'll probably find like tons of their videos online where they've done other testimonials for other programs, probably other hypes as well. Okay, so that's what these are, guys. These are, again, it's a complete lie. It's dishonest, and it's a complete lie. Okay, so that's another thing I wanted to highlight with you guys. Everything so far is telling me it's a lie. Okay, what I would say is don't get fooled by it, because if you go to, let's just go to this section here, invest. They've got like some of their videos there. It's really kind of uplifting. They've got that kind of that type of marketing where, like, if you saw Apple do like a promo video or something, it's really like uplifting. They've got that kind of, like, let me just play this one for you so you kind of get an idea of what I'm trying to say to you.
Welcome to Richmond Berks. We resell real estate at auctions, gaining profit from it. Would you like to earn money with us? Take a part in transactions and get passive life income. Each dollar invested in auctions brings you plus 1% daily profit every day, over and over. Every week, Richmond Berks enters into dozens of transactions, and you get your interest from each of them. Take a look at a farm in Kansas. It was sold for $580,000. $300,000 of which were paid by Richmond Berks to its partners, to people like you. And here is a small factory in California. It costs $3.8 million. $2.7 million from its sale were received by partners of Richmond Berks, by people like you. We believe that everyone deserves to launch his own consistent passive financial flow. That's why we work at auctions, earning money together with our partners, with people like you. Would you like to earn money with us constantly? Then sign up right now.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So that's their kind of little kind of promo stroke sales video or whatever. You see it on YouTube and it's here on the Invest Base. But do you see what I mean about they try and make it kind of uplifting and kind of invigorating, the whole kind of the feeling behind it. They try and make it like really kind of, it's like a really big project, a really kind of amazing opportunity to be a part of. It's all a lie, guys, okay? So anyway, this review is getting quite long. So let me just quickly show you their Alexa stats and show you why you need to be careful about this. This is probably the fastest growing hype I've ever seen in my life, all right? So you can see here, they started in December. If you see here, this is Alexa. It kind of measures the traffic going to any website in the world. All right. So you can see here, their traffic kind of started to get measured in December, right? And already it's kind of shot up here. In January, it shot up. It's been shooting up ever since it launched. Okay. And now you can see it's continuously getting like more and more traffic, and it's growing really, really, really fast. This is actually quite scary how fast it's growing. It's already at 8,886 global rank, 8,886. So guys, this is by far the fastest growing hype I've ever seen in my life. I've never seen one growing this fast. And this isn't me trying to tell you to join, by the way. I'm not recommending that you join this because of this, but what I'm saying is that it's probably the most popular one I've ever seen in terms of its growth, and it might be around for a while, or you never know, they might just decide to shut it down whenever they want. This is the thing, they can decide to shut it down whenever they want. They could get to like, wait till this Alexa rank gets to like 3,000 or something, and they hit like peak deposits in their system, like they've hit $500 million deposited or whatever, right? And they might think, okay, that's enough. We've made our money. We're going to close it down now. Do you see? So you don't know what they're going to do. But all I'm saying is this: you need to be careful with something like this. We can see the traffic is coming from Russia and Japan. Okay, so the first two countries is coming from is Russia, Japan, and then France, Italy, and Nigeria. Okay, that's where the traffic is coming from, and it's a kind of big. It's kind of a big deal in the hype market, I'd say. Okay, so there you go. Google, YouTube, Facebook are the main sources of traffic right now, where the people are coming from. But Google mainly because of those blogs that I showed you. So mainly from the hype monitors, and like the forums like Make Money Group, Moneymaker Group, and like Warrior Forums, places like that. Probably a lot of traffic's coming from, and people's blogs, they're coming from there. YouTube, obviously. Hopefully, I'm going to contribute less, decrease that. Facebook, whatever, vk.com. That's like I think that's a Russian social network. Payeer seems to be very popular payment processor for them. Okay, so that's that. That's the Alexa done. You can see that similar sites are BitLuna. It's like another hype. Razzleton, these are other hypes. Razzleton, guys, whoever's in that, get out now. It's been going for a while. I would recommend getting out of that right now. Like, definitely, if you haven't joined that, definitely do not join that. That's all I can say with that. If you look through my channel, I did a review on Razzleton like about a month and a half ago. Let's check out the who.is for this program. Okay, like I said, on their website, they say that they've been going on for a while or whatever, but you could see from their website, they registered this, on who.is, they registered their website for the very first time on the 29th of September 2016. So that's when they first registered, they first bought the domain, okay? They updated it on the 25th of November 2016. Okay, so that's when they updated it. Okay, so that's basically when they launched. They launched in the beginning of December, as you can see here. That's when all their traffic started. Okay, and it expires then. So basically, they're a baby. They're a complete baby, guys. Okay, really, really new. They've got no proven track record. Nothing. So far, we can see that everything is based on a lie. And if you go to their name, the registrant names here, it just says here domain admin. Okay, so they've got no actual name of anyone. Usually they have at least a name of someone, right? This is where they're saying it's registered. City is Nassau. I don't know where that is. Okay, it says domain admin. And that's about it, guys. If we go to website info, let me just have a quick look through here. I haven't actually seen this yet. Okay, there's no actual recorded website info there. History. Okay. You know what? There's not going to be much information on this. Anyway, so we can see here, look, there's no actual name. There's literally no names. I can't find any company information anywhere. So far, everything on this website is pretty much a lie. This video is just ridiculous. If we go to the testimonials, they're all bought and paid for. 1% a day, really. I mean, you're going to have to wait at least 100 days to get your money back at least, and that's if you're not compounding. I'll stay well away from this program. That's my personal advice to you. If you want to kind of get involved, if you know the risks and you still want to get involved, that's completely your choice, 100% your choice. But if you're one of those people that really kind of falls for the story and you believe everything they're saying, you believe all of these testimonials, there's a lot of people in Asia, for example, or South America. You might not be as clued up, no offense or anything, but with certain things you might not be as kind of well versed or whatever, and you might fall for these stories. It happens a lot. There was a time when I fell for these stories as well. I genuinely fell for these stories when I first started online marketing. So what I want to do now, guys, is kind of help you guys that kind of you do kind of look at something like this and you fall for their stories or whatever, so but like I said, at the same time, there's going to be a lot of you that know exactly what this is, and that this is all a lie, but you still want to kind of get involved. That's up to you. That's completely up to you. That's I'm not going to say that's fine, but that's up to you. Who am I to tell you that you can't do that? But for those of you who actually believe the story, what I want to tell you that it's a complete lie. So don't believe it. And then make your decision, make an educated decision thereafter. Okay, so that's it, guys. That's Richmond Berks. Slick looking operation, slick looking website. They're really, really popular. You can see It's growing really fast. You're probably going to hear a lot more about this one. You're probably going to see it advertised everywhere, probably all the ref shares and stuff like that, and I would stay well away from it. That's it from me, guys. My name is Amin Hoque, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.